and let's see how she pulls. Whoa! There are three types of car people in this world. The first kind is the kind that keeps their cars completely stock, doesn't modify them, and leaves it the way the factory intended the cars to be. There's the second type, which I subscribe to, is the type that purchases only regular bolt-ons, your exhaust, maybe some suspension components and some visual pieces, and they're happy with that. And then there's the third type. The owner of this car subscribes to this type and actually checked every single box when modding this car. Everything that's available to mod in an F80 is, for the most part, on this car. Minus a couple of things that are getting installed in the spring. But today I wanted to show you some of these mods, and then we'll take it for a quick spin. Starting from the exterior, we've got these beautiful BBS FIR wheels, CS OEM front lip, a Euro style front bumper, GTS hood, Tommy L Garage mud flap, Vorsteiner GTS-V diffuser, OEM black line taillights, Eisenmann rear section, custom tuned by Cary Jordain, 2 pure stage turbos, CSF top mount air coolers, Eventuri carbon fiber intake, a VSF heat exchanger, off. So we are in M1 now, which is sport everything. We're gonna put the transmission in manual. The owner of this car tells me that he's having difficulties gripping. It actually doesn't help that it's 36 degrees outside and we are driving on summer ultra high performance tires. All right. This feels completely different from my car, no joke. It feels like it doesn't struggle with pulling, which is kind of, it's hard to explain. Where my car, you really have to, you rev it up and it goes. This one I feel like, feels more like a V8 than a straight 6. So what do we see so far? The steering wheel feels great. It actually, I really like it. I like it better than my steering wheel, no joke. Paddle shifters feel super grippy. Suspension feels very compliant, very similar to mine actually. It's in sport now, and it's more on the softer side. But I think it has something to do with the different types of springs. So let's talk about the power. We've got these pure stage turbos. We've got a full exhaust, which includes the downpipe, midpipe, and a rear muffler. We've got cold air intakes, upgraded engine cooling, and let's see how she pulls. Whoa! Okay, he wasn't kidding when he said there's no grip. Holy moly. And I hope that's not a cop behind us, because there's a Taurus driving. Alright, this is not a cop. Cops don't drive SHOs. Okay, but I have to be careful because these tires really have little grip when you pair them with this type of power. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is I am gonna chicken out. I'm gonna put the traction control fully on. So 4th gear, doing 60, 3,500 RPM, and let's get on it. I can't tell you how fast I'm going, but it was pretty fast. And again, I'm comparing the power to my car. Yes, there's the difference with dual clutch versus manual. However, the transmission shifts really fast, that goes without saying, but there's definitely a lot more torque than my car in every single gear. The intake noise, it's funny, you don't hear them when you get on the boost, you hear them when you let your foot off, and it's just an awesome sound. So driving semi-slowly, I don't know if the camera is gonna pick up the sound. Intake noise is awesome. This is the beauty of these open cone air intakes. If you have something in a box just like a Dynan, you will not necessarily hear the sound, but any open air intake is just gonna give it this awesome sound. All right, and we're back on the highway. I can fully confirm that the car is really fast. What I just noticed when I was braking from miles an hour to about 60 is the fact that the brakes feel kind of weak. I don't know if it's the pads or if it's the fluid, but I would be afraid of having this much power paired with this type of a brake feel. But I know the owner of this car is upgrading his brakes in the spring. I think he's going with the Brembos, so that this will definitely be a much needed upgrade. So we're cruising 75 miles an hour on the highway, and I'm happy to say there's no drone. We're in Sport Plus, so the flaps are fully open, the throttle is in the most aggressive setting, and there's no drone. And if we close the flaps, actually not much of a difference, but still, it's a very comfortable ride. I might actually look into that exhaust because it's kind of cool. Listen, I love manual transmissions. However, this thing it feels like a video game. It's awesome. The shifts are so much faster, and you can keep your hands on the steering wheel. What I forgot to mention when I was talking about the suspension is, so you've got lowering springs in the front, stock springs in the back, but what helps this suspension are these sway bars. I couldn't put a finger on it until I remembered, yeah, this car has upgraded sway bars, and honestly, I thought my car was planted until I drove this one. This is really planted. This intake noise is awesome. It's definitely worth the $3,000 price. Plenty of torque in every gear. There literally is 4th gear, 5th gear. It just pulls. You can hear the turbo spool. It's just such an intoxicating feeling. And you know that this car is trying to get you in trouble. Oh, it's a beautiful sound. All right. Little grip. What was that rubbing I heard? Well, there was some squeaking there. What was that? Alright, so we just had some fun. doing some drive-bys and driving through some twisties. Let me know what you think about this car down in the comments below. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Ugh. That got away almost from us there. I hate to say it, but I mean, as a manual driver, I should be liking manuals, but this is awesome. This is literally like playing a video game. Do you find yourself shifting all the time?
No, I don't.
You keep it in automatic?
For around here, yes.
Yeah.
When I go sometimes on the highway and stuff like that, I'll play with the shifters. But
that would be my biggest worry, to be honest with you. If I were to get a dual clutch,
yeah,
I would be worried that I would be just too, not lazy, but I want to let the car do all the shifting, and to me that kind of loses the engagement with the car. To me only.
Yeah. And my M1 for me drives the way I would shift.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like there.
Yeah. Left, right.
Right bottom. Right. Right bottom. We're almost on the house.
So how long have you had this car for?
It's gonna be 2.5 years.
What's your favorite part about it?
Probably a GTS hood. Like the hood.
You can see it from here. Very cool.